Hi everyone, and here we are again, me and my really good friend and colleague Linda, talking about the UAE and Israel. Hi Linda.
Hello, hello. I'm here in sunny Tel Aviv. How are you doing, Paula?
We're all good here. The winter's on its way, so our weather's improving as well, which is good. We've had a really busy couple of weeks here with the UAE and the Israel agreements. We've had the first commercial flight by Etihad go from Abu Dhabi into Tel Aviv, which was fabulous.
Yeah, yeah.
We've also had musicians. Did you see the two musicians singing?
Yes, yes, yes. That
Yeah,
was lovely. There's nothing better than musicians between two countries singing together, bridging the gap. I love it. I love it.
yeah, good things. And I have to say, as I often do, the one slightly annoying thing is I Googled just the other day to try and mark down the Israeli holidays.
Hmm.
Website blocked, couldn't get in. So come on, UAE, there's lots, but
Why,
moving
why?
on. Yeah, absolutely. But what we've been experiencing, which is an absolute delight, and we're really grateful, people, excuse me, messaging us with questions and really relevant questions. And we thought that perhaps this session we could cover a couple. So I think Linda's got a question that somebody over in Israel would like me to answer.
Yes, I do. I do. A woman named Dvora said that when I'm in the UAE, I'm scared that if I post the wrong thing on my social media, I could even go to prison. Is that true? Is that true, Paula?
Yes, I'm afraid so. The short answer is yes. We do have very strict social media rules in this country. Um, it's it's one of those things like Tally said last time, do your research. It's all available, the information. Things like any kind of rumor, incitement, or any opinion. And of course, you know, if you've got your friend running down the road in her G-string bikini, we don't want that online over here. But that's not to say there's not a massive social media presence here. And yes, post your photos of, you know, yourself at the bottom of the Burj Khalifa, which is always a challenge because it's the tallest building in the world. So getting yourself in there is an art form. So it's not to say you can't. You know, my longer answer is do your research before you come because it is a strict cyber law here. Yes.
Okay, great. That's great to know because Israelis post anything and everything. They want to be in people's faces all the time in their social media. So it's good for them to know that they actually do have to be careful. And as you said, check out the laws and make sure that you're complying with the laws there. Great.
And I think just a good quick point to add to that is certainly cannot take photographs of people here. It's against the law to take people's photographs and post it on social media. So if you want, particularly local ladies, if you want to take a photo, ask them.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to say no, but groups of people ask them. So just know the laws.
Okay, thank
And
you
I
very much. I actually think that's an important point in between many cultures, tell you the truth, is ask permission first. Check it out, make sure it's okay.
I
Don't
think
assume.
that's the respect. Here it's the law.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I think, and as we talk about the laws, there are laws and there are myths and cultures and things. Some of our laws here are based on the Islamic faith and what they believe to be respectful. So Sharia law, which we'll talk about in later videos, it is actually directly attached to the Quran. So it becomes quite interesting. So I say to people that live here, if you want to know what you should and shouldn't be doing, read the Quran because
Right.
that's the
And
law.
we have a combination, which is actually very complex, between religious Jewish law and civil law. So you have to
Okay.
learn both, and sometimes you have to run both to the rabbinate to check for
Yeah.
things, the religious court, and to the civil courts. So yeah, it's complicated, basically.
Stuff though. I've got a question for you, Linda,
Hmm.
please. Alia, a girl in Dubai, messaged me and said, when she believes she will be traveling to Israel in the near future for work, which is fantastic.
Yes.
Um, One of the first things that she's scared about or uncomfortable about is here, quite often in business, we don't shake hands with the opposite sex. Most local women don't shake the hands of men, and most local men won't shake the hands of women. And in fact, when I first arrived here, it's my first mistake. First man I went to shake his hand, and he went. So she's asking, Alia's asking, when she comes to Israel, to Tel Aviv with her business, will the men there know that she cannot shake their hand? What's going to happen? She's scared.
Okay, interesting question, because of course there is a population here, both religious men and women who are Jewish and Muslim, that do not shake hands, do not touch the opposite sex. However, not everyone would know that necessarily without asking, without predicating that. What she could say if someone tries to shake her hand is to say, I'm very sorry, with a nice smile, but I'm religious and I don't shake men's hands. No problem, they will accept that. But again, don't assume that they won't put out their hand, because they might. And it also depends where you are. You know, in Tel Aviv, more secular, there is more contact. So it's not a problem to say something out of respect. They will certainly understand it, but they won't necessarily know from the beginning not to shake a woman's hand.
No, a really good point there, Linda. Thank you. So that was really clear. We spoke about this a couple of videos ago about directness, where the ladies here, whilst they've got enough strength and gumption that they might ever need, they are traditionally outwardly spoken in public. So for some people, for some ladies particularly, is something they're not used to doing, because here, if you go to shake the hand of an opposite sex and they don't, they'll put their hand on their heart, which means I can't shake your hand, but I welcome you with my heart. So
I love that. I love that. I think we should adapt that. I really do. That's great.
Yeah, what you're saying is, you know, come on, local ladies, you're going to have to actually say, I'm sorry, I can't shake your hand.
Yes.
But
yes,
maybe time it'll pass on. But great. Well, I think that's really good way. We've got quite a few more questions. So in our next videos, we can go back in. If anybody got anything else that they'd like to ask, or any comments, or if anybody can add to what we're saying, please let us know. But apart from that, we will look forward to seeing you soon. I say goodbye to Linda and UAE.
Goodbye, shalom. Good to talk to you.
Take care. Bye. Be safe.
You too.
Bye.